Hey everybody, this is Rise Higher Astrology. I'm Nancy, and it's great seeing you here. We're having a great day in New England. I am about 45 minutes north of Boston, and it is nice, bright, and sunny here. And in the northern hemisphere, we're having our springtime, which has not been the best, but today it's really nice. So I'm happy. So it is Taurus season, and we are out of that turbulence that we had in April with the eclipse happening. And this is a reading for Sagittarius Rising sign. So if you want the most accurate reading for your birth chart, you want to tune into your rising sign as opposed to your sun sign. So Sagittarius rising, you have a fabulous month ahead, especially at the end of the month, with Jupiter doing all kinds of wonderful things for you. And also, you have this gorgeous lunation that's taking place in your first house on the 23rd. But before I get into all that, I just want to do a quick recap of the eclipses that happened back in March and in April. So you had, this is just a chart of the new moon solar eclipse, and some of you actually saw that in person, which is amazing. I live a couple of hours outside of the path of totality, and I was not able to see complete darkness, but it was still beautiful. So back on the 25th of March, you had a full moon lunar eclipse, which happened in the sign of Libra, which is your 11th house. And normally with the eclipses, normally when there is a lunar eclipse, this is about change that happens to you on the inside. Normally that there is something that is revealed to you suddenly that you weren't able to see before. And with the 11th house, this involves friendships. It involves the collective. The 11th house also, don't forget, involves your profits and gains, okay? Because the 11th house is a continuation of your 10th house of career. So just be aware of that. And this energy, both of the eclipses energies are going to be with us for quite some time because they're very potent energies. They linger on for sometimes well over a year to a year and a half after the eclipses take place. Okay. And then in your fifth house on April 8th, you had a new moon solar eclipse happening, which with those tend to bring actual events that are beyond your personal control. They don't have to be bad. A lot of people think that these eclipses bring about change like death and tragedies, but no, they don't have to do that. They sometimes they bring beautiful things, especially if you had in your birth chart a grand fire trine or any kind of a trine that this new moon solar eclipse activated. So you might be blessed with something coming your way. So with this lunation happening in your fifth house, the results of it might not be realized for a while because we did have Mercury in retrograde during that time. So yes, so the events as a result of this eclipse might be delayed by a long time. Okay, but fifth house, you are looking at fun, you're looking at romance. So there might be maybe a rekindling of romance in a relationship. You could be starting a new romance in relationship with someone. Fifth house is also about self-expression. It's about making your mark in the world. So this is actually a beautiful, beautiful energy because it happens at a trine to your rising sign. So Aries is one of your sister signs, sister fire signs. So yes, this was a very supportive energy that happened back on April 8th. Now, let's get into the energies that's happening with this new moon in Taurus, which happens on the 7th or the 8th of May, depending on where you're at in the world. So this energy happens in Taurus in your sixth house. And sixth house is all about your health. It's all about your habits. It's all about your work, things of that nature. And don't forget that this month we've got the sun, we've got Venus and Jupiter and Uranus all in this sign. So there's a lot of bright, beautiful, um, awesome energy that is in your sixth house. And new moons are all about setting brand new intentions. And think of this as a time for you to renew all things, either sixth house or renew all things Taurus for you. So this would be a great time for you to start a new health regimen, to try out a new exercise program. This would be a great time for you to reorganize your workspace. And then with Taurus-like things, Taurus rules over food. This would be a great time for you to try out new recipes. Taurus also rules, money, and Taurus rules beauty. So feel free to just, try out brand new things for yourself in this house, and you might be surprised, what might pop up for you. I think that since we've had Venus in this sign all month long, Venus is home when she's in the sign of Taurus. So she's feeling more calm. Like, don't you feel more calm and relaxed this month as opposed to last month's energy? And we also have Mars in his domicile in the sign of Aries. So we've got two personal planets in their home all month long. So your relationships are in general are going to feel a lot more easygoing. There's this feeling of being more grounded this month, and it's opening up lots of windows of opportunity with this new moon happening in the sign of Taurus. So it's very wonderful, beautiful, harmonious, grounded energy. Okay. And I just want you to just absorb all of that while you can. So, and then we have coming up at the end of the month, we have this lunation, this full moon on the 23rd of May happening in your first house in Sagittarius. And it happens at 2 degrees of Sagittarius. Excuse me. Now, with this full moon that's happening, this is extremely special for you in particular, because not only does this full moon shine directly on you, right? Because the first house is the house of self. It's a house of your appearance. Okay. It's how you show up in the world. But on that day, Jupiter is going to be conjunct Venus at 29 degrees of Taurus. Okay. Now, with Jupiter, since you are Sagittarius rising, Jupiter is your chart ruler, your beautiful chart ruler. And Jupiter, Jupiter is kind of like the unsung hero of the solar system. Without Jupiter's gravity, a lot of that space rock and asteroid, all that dust would be colliding into the inner planets if it weren't for Jupiter's gravity just protecting us, right? And so Jupiter is like is like the big brother. Jupiter is like a guardian angel. Jupiter brings hope, luck, and where Venus brings money, Jupiter brings wealth because Jupiter is conjuncting with Venus, and it's going to be expanding everything that Venus will be bringing you in the sign of Taurus at that anaretic degree, number 29. Okay, so this full moon is going to be a gorgeous time for you. It is a much it's a kinder kind of energy that's happening compared to the full moon in Scorpio that we got in April, which is a little bit darker. So take advantage of this. You should definitely plan on doing something special for yourself when this happens for you on the 23rd. And also with the full moon, keep in mind that they illuminate things. So I believe in my heart that this full moon is going to shine a light on the path to success for whatever you have planned in for the rest of 2024. And that light shines on you, Sagittarius rising. It shines on you, your first house. You are in control of your destiny. And I wish you love. I wish you luck. You certainly have it with Jupiter being your ruler. And we will see you soon. All right. Love and light.